Hello and welcome to IB Times TV. I'm Sally Turner, joined here today with Amanda Remling to discuss last night's episode of Coven. Okay, Amanda, I think it was the best episode we've had. So much went on, I don't even know where to start with you, but let's start with Fiona.
Okay.
She seems to be getting a lot of strength from her love with the Axeman. We saw the Axeman kill the witch hunters with Marie Laveau. So what's going to happen with her character? Is she still going to hunt for the next Supreme, and do you think she'll be successful in killing them?
Well, she has a really big dilemma right now. The Axeman last episode said, he's willing to give up his axe if she's willing to give up the Coven, and then they could just go live out the rest of their days, how much ever life she has, together and be happy. We saw she said, with one last favor, and that was killing the whole witch hunters. So is she going to give up, everything that she had with the Supremacy to go, live her final days, which could be one day, a week, a month, depending on this new Supreme? Or is she going to murder him? So I think she's obviously really torn. This is like one big love affair, and how can I blame her? He made this one doll commenter. He said, "I love you more than jazz, baby doll," and that just struck me right there. I love that line. But
you're tearing up over
they're
there.
just so romantic. So I don't blame her for. I kind of feel for her now. I don't blame for her wanting to kill the next Supreme. So I have a feeling she's not going to stop there. She wants more time with him. I think she's going to continue hunting.
But is there a chance that this could go south? I mean, the Axeman as a character is evil to the core, and you just saw him kill with no conscience whatsoever, just wah, 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 wah. So is there a chance that he could in fact turn on Fiona?
I mean, we saw a preview of him for the next episode, and he's covered in blood, and he's coming after somebody in the Miss Robichuk's academy. So I think it's definitely possible. He's always seemed to have this soft spot for her. We learned from previous episodes. He's really followed her. His spirit followed her around the academy. So, but Fiona only really cares about herself. So the only way I see him turning on her is if she turns on him first. She has always put herself, even before her daughter Cordelia, she has always put herself first. So, we've seen a different side of her with the Axeman, but I think she's still, her down to the core is still evil.
Now let's talk about Queenie. She's back. She's bigger, no pun intended, than ever. Her powers seem to be getting stronger, and so is her will. She seems very set on the idea that she is the next Supreme. So where are we going to see her character develop in the next 2 episodes?
She's she's going to hell and back, literally. She's gaining all these powers, and I think part of the thing is Nan. We saw that Nan was drowned last episode by Fiona and Marie Laveau, and this coming week, she's going to be, we didn't see her, but Queenie is going to be meeting up with Papa Legpa, who is the hell demon, and she's going to be able to go back and forth between this hell land. So is she going to bring Nan back? It's definitely a very big strength. That means she could be the next Supreme. So I think she's definitely a force to be reckoned with, especially after we learned that the silver billet that Hank had in his gun didn't kill her even when it went through her brain. So she's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
And last night's episode, there was a lot of blood, a lot of gore. I had to cover my eyes many times. But one of the most horrific scenes I saw was when Cordelia actually poked her own eyes out with a knife. It was traumatic. It's flashing through my head right now. So what does this mean for the Coven now that she's going to get her second sight back? Because anytime anyone touches her, she's going to be able to see what they've done.
Everyone better watch out. That's the whole thing. And now we have Fiona who'd killed Nan. So Fiona really needs to stay away from her. Same thing with Madison. She hit Misty Day over the head with a brick and left her in that tomb. So I know we're definitely going to find Misty Day this coming week. So the whole question is does, more than likely Cordelia is going to find out about it from touching Madison and discovering it that way. Or, maybe we'll have another twist there. But I think everybody really has something to hide from Cordelia. Also with Myrtle telling Zoe to run away with Kyle. So one theory along with that is that Myrtle knows that Zoe's the next Supreme and, is trying to protect her, trying to get her to leave. And, hopefully these girls just kill each other and Zoe comes back and is the next Supreme. She's really the only one who, for the most part, has been innocent besides killing that fraternity brother at the beginning of the season.
Cordelia seems to me to be one of the weaker witches. You know, she's the only one who's seen constantly crying. She married the witch hunter. I really do pity her. But even with this power that she's going to gain, will she be able to do anything with it? Because she doesn't seem to have that much authority within the Coven.
Yeah, she really doesn't. I think it's her way of protecting the Coven. I think it's her way of stepping up to the plate. And she's failed all these time. And I think partially it's because of her mother. You know, how do you live up to your mom who's the supreme witch? And she never got any of that, you know, nurturing from her mother either. So I think we're going to definitely see a twist with Cordelia for the last 2 episodes. I think she's really going to gain some strength in order to turn the Coven around. I mean, we saw Queenie like throw her out of her room the other day. You know, all these girls lost respect for her. I think the only ones who still have respect for her are Zoe and Madison. So it'll be interesting to see, not Zoe, Madison, Zoe and Misty Day. I think it'll be interesting to see maybe those 3 will team up with Myrtle, and you know, they'll somehow, you know, be able to, you know, give new light and new hope to the Coven, because that's really what they need right now. They're really torn apart.
They are torn apart, and the witches are really turning against each other. I think now that the witch hunters are out of the picture, it's only going to get worse. So do you still believe that your theory is going to be right, that it's going to be the last witch standing?
I hope so. That would be an interesting twist. It just seems too easy. It really seems like all roads are pointing towards Zoe being the next Supreme. She started off the series. She's been the main focus for most of it. So, I mean, we haven't seen Misty Day a lot, and she seems to be the only other real contender. So I have a feeling it's going to be her, but there has to be some epic twist, because otherwise it's just too easy. And American Horror Story doesn't make anything easy on anyone. They're always, you know, they love to throw in all these turns to get viewers all confused, and then at the end just be like, ta-da, you know, this is what's happening. But we also have that baby now, that Marie Laveau still, so maybe the whole big twist will be the baby's next Supreme somehow.
Oh, well, they love a twist with American Horror Story, so we'll have to wait and see. Thanks,
Yeah,
Amanda.
you got it.